Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Mia and today we are going to have a look at money, career, manifestation and finances for upcoming 2 months, which is August and September 2022. Leo, how are you doing? Chatty cards we have today. Really chatty cards. Alrighty, just keep in mind that there will be some messages that will resonate with you and some that won't, and you know what to do, right? Alrighty, so thank you so much for being here, spending time with me in this channel, and of course liking, commenting and subscribing. Right, what's coming for you, Leo, next 2 months? Money, finances, career, manifestation. Wow, interesting. Very good. And we have your here as well. All right, I'm gonna get them in line so we can all see what we're talking about. Okay, more or less is good to me. At the bottom, I'm going to take 3 cards. Then you need to pay double attention over this period of time, but I will reveal them later on. Okay, so the very first row is August, your month, right? And then we have September. Very, very interesting. We have pentacles everywhere. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. It's really starting with great opening for you, Leos. Really great opening. And it's like, look at the universe is giving, yeah, Leo, here's the opportunity. Here's another opportunity. And you can go as far as you want. As far as you can take. Look at the pyramid at the end of the journey. It is kind of like the world is your oyster. The opportunities are limitless. Do what you think you can do, or even more. Exceed yourself. Literally take your boundaries off and take your limitations off. Boundaries meaning kind of like your limitations as your boundary, saying that this is I can or can't do, right? Boundaries didn't mean that you need to be abused or so. Your boundaries for that need to be all the time up. But boundaries of limitation definitely needs to be stretched. And it could be actually time for you where you're kind of like coming out of your comfort zone a bit as well. And that could be a bit challenging. But hey, Leos, if not you, who else likes to have more challenge than you, right? And it's kind of interesting that we have 2 nights in 2 months, and that seems that there is a movement, but we'll get into that a bit later on. Right, Knight of Cups. It is kind of really in finances and manifestation and money. This is kind of like steady, heady attitude. It feels that you don't want to rush things, but you are taking your time. You kind of being guided what you feel is good, what you feel is good for you, and that's actually good kind of indicator, because you are not rushing things, but you're kind of like looking, okay, if you're looking for work or opportunity, and you kind of like checking in with yourself, is this what I feel is good for me? Is this me? Can I prosper there? Is there any development here? And you are really checking in with you, which is absolutely brilliant. And we have the Temperance, which is kind of like balancing act. And if you are missing that, so it's important then to get yourself back on the track, to have that balance of work and life balance. You know, if you look at the card here, it's kind of the action and rest. It is important. Your work and life balance should never be affected. So therefore, look, there could be periods of time in life where we are deciding that we need to graft and work extra for purpose for the period of time, right? But overall, we don't know how much time we have on this earth. So money should not be everything, okay? It is important. It covers our responsibilities, granted. But money should not be just everything, right? We do have life as well in out working hours. And it kind of, I really like to see that you're kind of, you could be very passionate. You could be quite feisty and quite going into things sometimes very quick, but not this time. You're very level-headed, very moderate, very kind of calculated in a way, which I really like, which is good because, you know, sometimes people have to work certain jobs because of the things that happens in the world, and you need to provide for yourself or your family, and circumstances has been such that you may need to take a job that is just covering your costs. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But sometimes when it comes to this, is that people get grounded to the ground, really, and they don't get on with people there, or they don't like the job there anymore, and they kind of start to change and become very depressed and negative, right? And then first thing you literally want to say, I just can't, I need to get out of here, whenever. But that is kind of like jumping from pan into the fire, right? And you are not prepared to do that. You're prepared to plan and kind of Leo kind of way, step by step, like in a tiger, like a Leo in a jungle. Plan your next step and being prepared for the next opportunity that is coming, and not rushing things, because you want something that suits you. And look at this, and this person is looking at this pentacle and thinking, this I want to do, this I want to pursue. If you're not looking for a job, but it could be that something in current position, either at work or business, you kind of like, this where I want to be. This I want to be in 5 years time, or years time, or even weeks time. This is what I achieve. And very interesting about Pentacles is that there is no rushing. There is real kind of planning is happening step by step. And you clearly know me by now, maybe, that I'm a massive advocate for small steps, small goals, and celebration of these little things that make ourselves bigger person and make things better in the world. Very interesting thing is here. It's kind of like a reminder. Don't waste energy or time on time wasters, or on people who do not who are not grateful. As you know, there are people sometimes who are in need. They do need help. They need help, and if it's advice or just listening ear, whatever. But there's people who are needy, and they are constantly out, give me this, give me that, you know, and they're not prepared to do nothing about themselves, about their situation. And sometimes you know, probably know someone in your life that who is asking, I need advice and this and that. And when you give them advice, they do nothing about it. They don't even take that advice. And when you say, why did you do that? They say, yeah, I know. You know, and you probably have someone in your life that is like that. Spend your time wisely. Your time is like money, right? And don't waste it. And it's like energy as well, because when it's gone, it's gone. You will need it because there's something important coming. You are on kind of important path here. You kind of really carving your next, Leos would probably, when you're hunting, you're probably looking for your next animal or whatever, but we are going to transfer this in a business, as in, for you are eyeing up your next opportunity, and you are literally not saying who would like to hire me, but who I would like to work for, who I would like to make a known business with, or something like that, that you are really like kind of playing this kind of hunter yourself. You're kind of hunting things, and that's, I like that you're turning tables opposite, because you are not the one who needs this. It's like you're turning as they need you, because you are Leo. You can do this. You can pick up whatever topic you're going into and become a professional in literally a few months' time, right? And that is your ability. You kind of like, sometimes like chameleon. You can mold in and be this person, this professional, whenever era is, and that is a talent of yours. So use it, but don't abuse it. Okay, righty. September, guys, what's coming in for September? Clearly this is your card, and this is strengths, and very interesting. I was just saying don't abuse, because the strengths that we have, it should be used for benefiting us and others, not abusing it. The power of position should never be abused, because there is such a thing called karma. But I kind of have this feeling that whatever you are going for is so kind of out of comfort zone. Literally, this person is touching lioness's head. It takes some courage, right? It takes some guts to do so. You're kind of stepping outside the comfort zone. You're stepping outside the people say, oh, you can, you can't, right? You're stepping outside your limitations. You say, I'm setting my limitations and no one else. And if this is what I think I can do, I'm going for it. Okay? And not everyone will be agreed, but look, you're Leo. You don't have to impress no one. You're already the king and queen. However, we have 4 cups. Interesting. Look, there is an important thing here. And we have the same in August as well. Temperance. It's important to plan your time out. Even in money reading, manifestation. If you are so overwhelmed, so money, you need to have time for, you still have your spirit to look after. There is still your mind to look after and your body. And that is very important and needed. Because sometimes if you are overworking, over kind of concentrating and not balanced out your life, you might miss the opportunities that you might miss because you were so kind of focusing on one thing. Okay. Interestingly, we have Knight of Swords coming towards these 2 cards here, kind of position here. Knight of Swords is someone who is very strong, have strong beliefs, right? And they're not scared to kind of come out and say, this is what I believe. And I think, Leo, you are very good on being diplomatic, right? You know how to tell things because you know that there's more than one way how to present yourself, right? I think you would be very good maybe on discussions or arguments, either, I don't know, either with unions or lawyers. You know how to be brave but professional and stand your ground. And this is some kind of it could be that either at work there could be some offers coming, or you're kind of presenting yourself either for a better position, even for going to, if your own business and you're going somewhere else to offer your goods or services. You know how to literally tell them, I'm Leo, I do this, you need me because I believe this and that is so important. Okay, and that would benefit you guys. And it's in very bold statement you're going to come out, and that's so great. I really like this about you guys, and go for it. And we have 2 aces, 2 swords here. However, I said there's a 2 knights, and the 2 knights very often is signifying there's a movement. There could be upgrade either at your work. You might be changing or traveling a lot or moving your workplace. As well could be that maybe even your residency, right? And it's kind of, there's a lot of movement happening. There could be some travels and seeing a lot of people. And this is something, Ace of Swords is several things here. The one is the light bulb moment. And when you are balanced, when you have good night's sleep, which is super important, right? And feeding yourself well. Don't let Leo be hungry. Okay, you get these great ideas. That sounds bonkers at first, but you know how to present them, make them excited, make them so interesting that everyone else will think, how did we did not came up with this? And it's you who is so brave, and you're not scared to say what you want to say. Okay, and Ace of Swords as well is regarding your beliefs, what you stand for, and it will test things. Sometimes it will test your etiquette, your professionalism, your who you are as a person, who you believe, right? And that could be a challenge sometimes, right? So you need to be have your kind of strong professional kind of journey and set yourself like a persona. I do this and I believe in this. And professional means that and that, and not to come. And you know, sometimes people become very buddy where they should be purely professional, and you know how to handle yourself, and that's really important here. Page of Wands. Wow, so much fire here. There's so much energy here, Leos, and this is kind of interesting. Look, we have 2. I don't see anywhere else. Yes, indeed, but 2 cards with pyramids, start and end. It kind of feels that there is a opportunity, and I know opportunity, everyday opportunity. Yes, we can miss them, or we decide not to pursue them. But opportunity means as well, maybe change in your money spending. Kind of planning. Look at the person is actually standing. He's not going anywhere, but he's kind of planning his next move, as well as maybe even the willpower. What is my plan? Where I want to go? What is my passion? Just kind of making yourself that you are on the road, on the journey that you set. It's good sometimes to touch base with that, you know, to kind of sit down and say, okay, where I'm at, okay, where I want to be, what is my next step? And this is kind of planning your next move for the future, right? And you're kind of looking far ahead. There's a pyramids. This is maybe my goal, but what I can do, how to break this down in smaller kind of steps so I can achieve it, right? And very good, might be interesting to actually write things down. Even small little things, successes, thoughts, tips, and then in your diary or calendar, and then go over it and see, yes, I achieved that. I overcome the challenges. Well done. And celebrate it. Okay. So it's kind of like have a little kind of database of your step-by-step what happened. What you need to pay attention to. Right. So your mindset towards money. Don't sell yourself short. I know you don't do it. But you're going to be challenged, and especially with we have the Ace of Swords, where you might be challenged. Whether if this is a, let's say, new job or a new position that being offered or a new contract to sign, there could be that you might be tempted, grab the first one, to sell yourself short sometimes, just because you maybe at the time maybe you're a bit desperate and you want to just to break the cycle maybe of all the job and just grab anything else that is coming. But you might be getting actually worse paid or worse position. So don't sell yourself short. Investigate. Do your due diligence. Investigate where you're going, what you're doing. If this is, and kind of check within yourself whether is this really for me? Am I doing this because I'm so desperate? And be honest, and that's absolutely fine, right? Keep going. When you work, right? When you, Leo, are on your game, you are unstoppable. You can become professional and master in anything. You have this kind of charm and you have this work etiquette that when you put your head down to something, you blossom. You absolutely blossom. And there is something interesting. We have the moon. It is your hidden talents. In going out of your comfort zone, selling yourself and being bold, it's actually going to come out some things that you never thought you would be. Maybe talking to people, talking to audience, or even, oh, I'm not a salesperson. You could be surprised how great you are. And if you try, and sometimes we have to sell ourselves even on interviews, sell ourselves to our employers or suppliers or whenever. And this is selling yourself. This is kind of standing on ground. And this could be something that you didn't kind of notice or you didn't want to acknowledge it. And be proud of it. Take on these new challenges. Take and welcome them. Okay, Leo, this is an amazing period of time. I'm really happy for you guys. Look after yourself, and I'll see you in the next reading. Ta-da.